Limiting reagents given the molar concentration. I'm going to go through a question in details. Let's go back to the analogy. 3 patties, 7 buns. You want to make a burger. Let's see how many burgers you can make, given the fact that to make a burger, we need 1 patty to 2 buns. We need that ratio, right? That makes sense. So how many patties? How many patties we have? We have 3. So that means we actually can make only 3 burgers. 3 burgers maximum we can make. And how many buns will be using? Well, it will be 6 buns. That means the buns is an excess, right? There's 1 extra bun that we have, that's plus, and therefore number of burgers, that's the limiting ingredients. Okay, that's what we're going to use with this question too. The analogies goes the same way. All right, aqueous sodium hydroxide reacts with aqueous copper 2 sulfate. Here is the equation of it. It is balanced again. All right, just make sure that you know how to do that again. Very important. And then you mix 50 milliliters of 0.200 molar per liter. That's the molar concentration of NaOH with 25 milliliter of 0.150 mole per liter molarity of copper sulfate. Question number 1, identify the limiting reagents. 2, calculate the mass of copper hydroxide formed and determine the moles of excess reactant remaining. Very good. Now, to have all of this information, we have the molarity, which is in this case, this is the C1, this is the C2. That means the molarity is given to us. All right, now we're just going to use the molarity concentration formula to come up with the number of moles. And we're going to use, remember, C, molar concentration was the number of moles divided by the volume. Okay, remember this triangle again, N on top, C and V. Okay, that's what you're going to use every time you cover one. If you want to solve for C, that would be N over V. It's a division, right? It's as simple as that. You want to cover V, you get N over C. That means you want to solve for V, volume. That's what you're going to use. All right, for each one of these, we're going to go ahead and plug in numbers. Now, one thing you need to pay attention to, these volumes are in milliliter. You need to change them to liters because that's what the molar concentration is based on. So I'm going to change the unit to liter in the calculation. So let's go ahead. So you rearrange this molar concentration formula. We want to solve for the moles. That's N is number of moles. So N equal to CV. And then here it is for each one of the calculations. Remember, we changed the milliliter, 50 milliliters to 0.0500 liters, and then 25 milliliter to 0.0250 liter. You do the math on this one, you end up getting 0.0100 mole for nitrogen hydroxide, and then copper 2 sulfate will be 0.00375 mole. Now that we have this, step 2, use mole ratio to find limiting reagents. So here it is. Now you just go back to the equation. You're looking at 2 sodium hydroxide, and then you want to know coefficient of copper sulfate, which is 2 to 1. So here we go, that's the ratio. Okay, that's what I have here. And then once we have this, we're going to look at the copper sulfide 0.00375 mole, and then see how much we need, how many moles do we need for the sodium hydroxide based on the 0.00375 mole of copper sulfate. So before we do that, I just want to make sure. So here it is. So to use all of the 0.00375 mole of copper sulfide, we need to know how much sodium hydroxide we need. That's what the issue is right now, and we have to change that based on the molar ratio. So let's go ahead and do this. So we want to know that is needed or required. Well, because of it's 2 to 1, so that would be 2 times the number of moles of copper sulfate. So we have 0.00375 mole because it's 2 to 1 ratio, and then I answer 0.0075 mole. Okay, that's what we need for NaOH. Now that we have this, we're going to compare. Well, originally, how much how many moles of NaOH we had based on the volume and the molar concentration. Well, here it is, 0.100 mole, but that is more than 0.0075 mole. So that is in excess, that's too much. That tells us copper sulfate is the limiting reagent. Okay, so that's what we know. Very good. Now that we know this, we're going to go ahead and calculate the mass of copper hydroxide formed. Okay, so let's go ahead, and this is part B. The first thing, you have to make sure that the moles of the mole ratios 1 to 1, and you go back to the equation. Yes, it is. So 1 copper sulfate to 1 right here. These two 1 to 1 ratio. Very good. Now we already know number of moles of our copper sulfate, which is 0.00375. We've calculated it at the top, right here, right there. So let's write it up. So here it is. That's what we get. Same number of moles, okay, for copper hydroxide. And now that we have this, we want to change that to mass, because it says calculate the mass of copper hydroxide, not the mole. So that's very easy. We just change the mole to mass. So and then using the molar mass of copper hydroxide. So let's write up the ratio in here. We start with mole, 0.00375 mole of copper hydroxide. You times it by the ratio 1 mole, 97.5 gram. That is the molar mass, gram per mole, of the copper hydroxide. Know that how to do this, by the way, 97.5 gram. That's just the molar mass. You just have to use the periodical table, add, and make sure that you know how to do that. Um, and then the answer will be 0.366 gram. That's the mass copper hydroxide. That's part B. And then the last part C, it says moles of excess NOH. And that is simply, you get originally what we have is 0.0100 mole, and then subtracted with what it is that was used. Remember, that was the excess, and then the excess is 0.00250 mole. Now, I did not pay attention, purposely didn't attention to the sig fig, but if you want to pay attention to it, you make sure you do. So this is 5. We have 5 in here, and then of course we have 5 in there. We maintain the final answers the same. All right, so here is a walkthrough question involving molar concentration, limiting reagents, and then access in each one. Okay, don't forget to check the quiz in the description or a pinned comment below, and make sure you practice, practice, practice. All right, until next time.